So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy Ellen. I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute, man. And today we're looking at tutorials that went wrong. Now, you know I'm a big proponent of YouTube University, right? You need something fixed. You got to figure something out. Something broke in your house. What you turn to? YouTube. Figure it out. Now, what I've come to learn is you gotta sift through the videos, right? If not, and you just go on the first video you see with a ton of views on it, you might end up in a situation. That's all I'm saying, because some of those videos, they cut out a lot of the important things. You know what I mean? Or the simple steps that are still important. You know, they cut it out trying to get the video a certain time length, cover what they deem the most important stuff. Sometimes people think that, you know, he should know to do that, or she should know to do that, so I ain't gotta put that in there. They automatically assume you know to do that when you don't, and you miss out and a total disaster happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens, bro. It happens a lot. So this video here, we're gonna check out and see what tutorials went wrong, all right? So, hey, if you a do-it-yourselfer, hey, then you know what this is about, all right? So if you're new, hit that subscribe button, join the fam, and let's check this out.
If I don't know how to do something, I, like most people, will immediately turn to one of the many free tutorial videos on the internet. From changing a light bulb to putting a baby onesie on a cat, there's no topic these step-by-step instructional videos don't cover. But sometimes, these simple how-tos go hilariously wrong, and the outcomes are pretty spectacular. So, get ready.
Oh, it automatically, remember the girl that went viral with the glue? And that,
ready to laugh, cry, and cringe as we take a look at some of the
there she is right there in the bottom corner. That's who I was just referring to. Remember she put the glue on her hair? That was crazy.
Funniest tutorial attempts that didn't go to plan. There are millions of DIY beauty tutorials out there that claim to cure every skin affliction you can think of with simple combinations of household items. But just because they're easy doesn't mean they're easy to use, as lifestyle vlogger Lou Paganelli demonstrated back in 2015. She showed the world her gelatin face mask recipe, made from just a tablespoon of powdered gelatin and a tablespoon of water briefly heated up in the microwave. Claiming she'd used it many times before to remove pesky blackheads and dead skin, she instructed the audience to apply the mixture all over the face and let it dry. But as she demonstrated how to remove it, the mixture was so well adhered to her skin that it could only be ripped off in small, crispy, painful sounding segments. Ouch! And
is she ripping her skin off right now? Come on. Oh, fam. She look like Leatherface right now. Is she ripping her skin off?
She hasn't even gotten to the super sensitive skin under her eyes yet. To add insult to injury, the mask barely removed anything from her skin. By the end of the tutorial, the pain was just too much for Lou to bear, and she washed the rest of the mask off. Now, homemade gelatin mask recipes usually call for some oil, milk, or other.
Please do your research and make sure you ain't allergic to some of this stuff. You don't be knowing, you just following what somebody said. You are different. Realize that you're different. You can't go put something on your skin. It could irritate you. So don't just be jumping out the window thinking you can do, man, consult somebody first. Professional, preferably.
Lubricant to be added to the mix so that it's easier to peel off and doesn't hurt as much. A step Lou clearly missed out. On the bright side for Lou though, blackheads and dead skin on her face won't be a problem in the future if she doesn't have a face left. Maybe she should have tried something a little easier, like playing this video's sponsor, Rage.
Yeah, y'all be careful with that, man. I know you be so hard pressed to figure out how to get rid of some things, but
ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in game. But before that, let's dive back into more tutorials gone rogue. Now, gelatin masks aren't the only painful skin peels on the market. Charcoal or black masks are supposed to be skin clarifying mixtures that, when dry, adhere to the skin, promising to remove blackheads, dead skin, and small hairs when peeled off. With that being said, it's best to avoid putting them anywhere near your eyebrows, as first-time face peel documenter Cindy Morell discovered. Ow! That sounds like she's ripping off duct tape. But that wasn't the worst part. All too late, she suddenly realized she'd accidentally taken off half her eyebrow. That must have been pretty embarrassing to explain. You might be wondering why ripping out most of an eyebrow
The lengths we'll go through, fam, to look a certain way for beauty, your beauty.
Wasn't painful enough for her to know when to stop, right? Well, depending on the mixtures, the adhesion of these peels can be impossibly painful, no matter what part of the face they're peeling. So she might not have been able to tell whether she was ripping out an eyebrow or tearing off her skin if the pain was that bad. And Cindy's not the only one to suffer from this beauty blunder. In 2020, this kid tried to film a tutorial on how to use charcoal face masks, but instead made one on how to lose an eyebrow. Now that is the face of a kid who knows they're in trouble. What she should have done is avoided her eyebrows entirely, or put a little Vaseline on them so the mixture would slide off. Well, like Cindy...
See, that's what I be saying. Either we watch the video too fast, or the person giving the video skips a step because they think you automatically should know. They think it's common sense that everybody would know that. See what I'm saying?
She learned her lesson the hard and painful way. Few YouTubers have left their mark on the platform quite like makeup queen Naomi John, although there's one video that left its mark on her, literally. Addressing her near 2 million subscribers back in 2018, Naomi tried her hand at the fake freckle trend going around on social media. The process was simple. Using a tube of henna, which is a kind of semi-permanent skin dye, she dotted the freckles all over her face. But she admitted a pretty crucial mistake early on. She hadn't tested the dye beforehand. Not only that, but she decided to go big with the henna, dotting most of her face. Suffice to say, the result wasn't exactly the natural look she expected.
I want to die. Vincent.
To her credit, she laughed the situation off like a boss and tried to cover it with concealer and foundation. But not even the strongest formula in her bag was enough to mask the major mistake. So, what exactly went wrong?
How long? No. Tell me, how long did she have to deal with that? I need to know. How long?
Well, it's pretty clear that she put far too much henna on, and her pale complexion made each dark dot stand out even more. Fortunately, henna doesn't last forever, and 1 week later, Naomi posted a video showing a freckle-free face. Phew!
Ooh, I know that was the longest week ever, bro. The longest week ever.
Well,
I wouldn't have went outside. Nah, I would have. I'd have just, y'all know me. I could joke on myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'd have went right outside.
between those super painful face peels and that terrible semi-permanent face tattoo, which one do you think was worse? For the face peels, hit that like button. And for the freckles, hit that subscribe button. Reckon they were as hilariously bad as each other? Then hit both. Alright, where were we? With most hairdressers being shut over the last year thanks to the pandemic, many people have tried their own hands at hairdressing, like YouTuber Jaskarn Bandon here. She wanted to trim back her lovely long locks to about chin length, and figured the best way to get an even look was to cut measured sections of her hair off in bands. In theory, this is pretty smart, but in practice, Jaskarn accidentally cut above the first band, and didn't realize it until it was too late.
I forgot. Oh my god.
Considering she just cut off half her hair, she remained remarkably cool.
I was about to say, she don't look bad though.
But instead of putting the scissors down and going to the hairdressers to salvage what was left, she decided to go one step further. Yup, she shaved the section off. Unfortunately, her scissor-happy first attempt left her with some slightly longer sections at the back, so she was sporting 3 separate hair lengths. In her own words,
I mean, like...
All right, yeah. She just needs to leave the bathroom. Just get out of there. You're doing too much damage. What you gonna do next? Cut it all off?
It doesn't look really bad, but it looks bad.
After a few days, she braved the shave and decided to give herself a full buzz cut. You may be thinking this was a huge mistake, but 1 year on, her hair is looking incredibly healthy, though she still cuts her own hair. And
What is up with her? Right back at it, huh? You grew it out just to go right back at it.
still doesn't cut under the band. Anyone else think it'll only be a matter of time before we see her sporting buzz cut number 2? During lockdown, TikTok beauty Sharon Lua filmed herself trying to cut in a cute little fringe. And unlike Yang, she was going about it with a set of sensibly sized scissors, not garden shears. But right at the crucial moment, she got a little too eager. I'm not sure if she meant to cut above her fingers, but she managed to cut off a huge chunk of hair, leaving her with some serious Lord Farquaad energy. Not everyone can afford the
Lord, what? How you say his name again?
leaving her with some serious Lord Farquaad energy. Not everyone can afford the average $200 it costs to have a professional hairdresser bleach their hair. But does that stop most people? Judging by results like this, obviously not. Bleach works by breaking up the chemical bonds of
Like, people are bold, man. People are bold. And I knew some homeboys of mine that cut their own hair. Number one, nah, my hand's too shaky. I'm not doing it. My hand's too shaky, bro. Ain't no way. I mess around, try to line the front. No, man, my line would not be straight. It'd be crooked that way, crooked, or even worse, crooked that way. Hairline pushed back. No. So salute to everybody who does like the extreme stuff to their hair themselves, man. I can't do it. I go to a barbershop, man. I no.
chromophores, which are atoms responsible for the color of a compound. This is why bleach can remove color from almost anything, from fabric to hair. However, it needs to be left to develop. At the hairdressers, individual foils are used to keep in all the heat and moisture, speeding up the process without damaging the hair too much. But people at home can achieve similar results by placing a plastic bag over their head. Here's the thing though, bleach doesn't differentiate between hair and plastic, as this poor lady found out. The chromophores making up the blue logo of that Kroger bag were broken down by the bleach and transferred onto her head. It's a hilariously common mistake many home
She became a walking advertisement for Kroger.
hairdressers make. So if you're thinking of bleaching your hair yourself, remember to use a clear plastic-like cling film, unless you want to look like a walking advertisement for your local store. Now, Britain isn't known for being the land of great cuisine, after providing the world with dishes such as bangers and mash, beans on toast, and even pie sandwiches.
What did he call that? Bangers and mash?
Providing the world with dishes such as bangers and
mash? I've never heard that.
mash, beans on toast, and even pie sandwiches. But it somehow gets worse when you take a look at Kay's cooking. This YouTube tutorial channel started up 5 years ago, documenting wannabe chef Kay's attempts at making meals. But they look so unappealing that they'd leave even Gordon Ramsay speechless. And the worst of them all has to be her attempt at making special fried rice. It starts off promisingly, with Kay heating oil in a wok and cutting up what I can only describe as an insane amount of garlic. After throwing that in the wok and burning it beyond recognition, she does the unthinkable.
And now up the rice.
That's uncooked rice! Clearly, Kay woke up that morning and chose chaos. After stirring the rice around,
Listen, man, as a person who loves Chinese food, man, and wanted to learn to cook it at home, bro, it's actually doable. Now, is it gonna come out exactly like? No, they got way too much experience. But bro, I thought you were supposed to use like day old rice, already cooked rice that's already a day old, been in the refrigerator, cool, using that with You know, some onions, the garlic is cool, some green onions, whatever veggie, like that type of stuff. She went in there with raw, uncooked rice. I never saw that in the tutorial.
Clearly, Kay woke up that morning and chose chaos. After stirring the rice around, she then adds in egg, ham, and peas before presenting the hate crime on a plate to her son for a taste test.
Rice a bit crunchy, but...
Yeah, well, that's probably because he's got a bit burnt, but yeah.
Oh, so nothing to do with the fact she didn't actually cook the rice. Well, I think we
Yeah, I know that's super crunchy. Super
can
crunchy.
safely say that this special fried rice tutorial is definitely special.
See, I've definitely used some of the fried rice tutorials, bro. I've used a couple of them. Those my go-tos right there.
While some how-to videos are planned meticulously, others can be made in the heat of the moment, like Alexis's exploration into the world of tutorial making. In a fit of boredom, she started applying hot wax to her face before deciding to commit to smearing the hot substance all over and filming the result. Now, facial waxing is usually done one section at a time in thin layers to prevent dealing excessive damage to the skin. So creating a thick, rock-hard mask of the stuff wasn't the safest choice. As she started peeling it off, it didn't seem like she was suffering too much.
It's honestly not that bad.
But then she reached the more sensitive sections of her face.
I'm gonna wait to do that last. That kind of hurts.
Now, most tutorial pros would have found a way to make this disaster work, but the more Alexis peeled off, the more nightmare-inducing her how-to became. Ugh, imagine waking up to that staring at you from the end of your bed. She managed to remove
You, bro, they all look like Leatherface doing that.
it all eventually, but her skin was red raw underneath. While she definitely saw the funny side of it, if you enjoy having your skin on your face, maybe don't follow this tutorial.
Well, y'all ain't gotta worry about me. I ain't doing none of this.
But even well-thought-out tutorials don't always go to plan. If YouTuber Mothball Jim's plumbing tutorial is anything to go by. Quite confidently, Jim states he's going to show everyone how to quickly unblock a bathroom sink.
I have no plumbing experience whatsoever. I just literally Googled how to unblock a sink.
So, he's never done this before and has just quickly Googled how to fix it. Sounds like the perfect person to make a tutorial of.
Hey, don't y'all judge him, cause I'm the same way. I'm the same way. Yep. Yeah, man, that's what we try to do, bro. We don't want to pay those expensive plumbing costs. We rather Google it, try to figure it out, mess it up even worse, and then pay even more expensive plumbing costs to fix our mess plus the original mess. Yeah, that's what we do. Guys rule. What you talking about
This, right? Well, as you probably guessed, he runs into trouble less than 1 minute in.
It's gonna be harder than I thought.
After realizing his sink's ceramic stand has been sealed to the floor, he then spends most of the video struggling to remove it. Failing to do that, he settles for shifting it to the side slightly so he can have a go at the pipes, but that doesn't go down well either. He tries for several more futile minutes to get the guard off, but it's no use. After 7 minutes of video, he finally admits defeat, filming himself laying down on the floor with a still blocked sink. Looks like that's Sink 1, Wannabe Plumber 0. Back in 2016, a little-known LA-based YouTuber called Ali J started posting a series of basic beauty tutorials online. From how to make your foundation look flawless to doing your hair for any occasion, there was nothing Ali couldn't teach you through the.
What I'm saying, y'all, ladies, is y'all just don't need to get bored. That's basically what I'm saying. Y'all get bored, here come the tutorials, do-it-yourself beauty videos, and y'all go extreme. That's what I'm seeing.
The camera. Despite her preppy, perky attitude, though, she didn't have many followers or views on her videos. But that all changed on July 5th, 2019. She was showing the world how to create a simple yet flawless red lip when a literal disaster struck. Poor Allie J had chosen to film her 5-minute tutorial right as a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck LA.
Bro, and then she looking like the Joker, like the Joker. Yo, can you imagine filming and an earthquake as I start to think about it possibly happened when I'm filming? Why did I need to see that?
It was just one of a series of earthquakes that destroyed homes, sparked fires, and caused a total of $100 million in damages. Thankfully, Allie was okay, but her red lip video turned into a Joker makeup tutorial. Maybe it was Mother Nature trying to tell her that she doesn't suit that shade? Customizing things like t-shirts and tote bags is pretty simple if you have access to transfer paper. This specialist paper is coated in a thin layer of wax and pigment. By printing a pattern on it from a standard inkjet printer, the ink is held in place. But applying heat on the underside melts the wax and adheres the ink pattern onto another surface. Sounds simple, right? Well, the people over at the Products Reviews and Challenges YouTube channel made a tutorial that made it look very hard to get right. Their host goes through the motions of printing out their design on transfer paper, placing it on the underside up on a shirt, before using a hilariously small handheld iron for a few seconds. The results are as successful as you'd expect.
Something happened.
Realizing their mistake, they bring back the tiny iron for round 2, but it's just not hot enough.
How do we do? I don't know.
Nope.
Well,
Refusing to learn from their mistakes, they try using the tiny iron one more time. Third time's the charm. Will they finally succeed?
what? It's not gonna work.
Wait.
Well, it's not a complete
I
failure.
mean, it's close. You're getting closer. If you just need a little bit more encouragement, you're getting closer.
But it's far from a perfect print. If you want to avoid this sort of patchy finish yourself, make sure your iron can reach more than 160 degrees Fahrenheit, as that's the highest melting point of most waxes. Or don't, if you prefer less professionalism in your prints. Kids are cute, but kids trying to do tutorials are downright adorable. While most make for very embarrassing videos come their teenage years, others end in a big mess that even their parents struggle to clean up. As Andrea Harris found out, her 11-year-old daughter was making the Kool-Aid for dinner and decided to film a quick how-to. But as she was pouring in the sugar, it all went a little bit wrong. I guess that Kool-Aid is now diabetes flavored. Luckily, this kid was smart enough to film this over the sink, so there wasn't much to clean up. Though with all that sugar down the drain, I don't think this family had any Kool-Aid at dinner. When it comes to fishing,
Yo, holy snap, bro. Oh man, they better not even attempt to drink that, fam. That's instant diabetes, fam. Oh my gosh, bro. But it's funny because I've never had it happen that extreme, but you've had it happen before. We trying to just get a little bit out and then it just rush into it and mess everything up. Now you got to split that pitcher into like 2 or 3 pitchers and add way more water in. Yeah, been there, done that.
drain, I don't think this family had any Kool-Aid at dinner. When it comes to fishing, few men measure up to Bill Dance. Host of Bill Dance Outdoors, a fishing program that's run on the American airwaves since 1968, Bill has hosted more than 900 episodes educating wannabe anglers on how to be better fishermen. But with all that airtime, there's been more than a few fishing fails caught on camera. Even though he's a certified pro, he's also had his fair share of equipment-related failures while trying to dispense advice, like this gem. Even pros need to double-check where their equipment is before slamming things shut for effect. Which of these tutorial fails did you think was the funniest? And
Yo, all I'm saying is y'all don't need to get bored, man. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all just don't need to get bored, fam. These do-it-yourself videos, they're hilarious, though. We need them. They're great for our entertainment, man. But don't y'all be out here putting this stuff on your skin and not knowing, man, and making sure you're not allergic or have a reaction or anything like that, bro. Just be careful. Everything ain't for everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. And to the young lady with the Kool-Aid, hey, you know what I mean? Thank God those packets are cheap. And all you gotta do is just get another one out the cabinet. All right? Mom shouldn't be too mad. All right? So y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And stick around and stay tuned, man. Until next one, I'm gone. Peace.